Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Locker Room Media. Obviously, today is going to be our final mock draft. When you guys are seeing this, the draft is technically tomorrow, but obviously it's April 24th. It's draft's not tomorrow. When you guys are seeing this, it will be. Also, tune into that live stream. It said tomorrow for the draft. I think Hunter, you'll be there.
He will be.
I think Gavin was going to attempt to be there if his baseball game doesn't go far. Josh will hopefully be there. We're just going to kind of watch the draft, tell you the picks, just kind of give our main thoughts on the first round. We're probably going to do it for the second through seventh round, just because, you know. We'll be updating you guys on the Instagram though if you cannot tune in. First of all, if you guys are not followed to the Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, make sure to go follow that when you subscribe to our channel and go to the main page. That'll kind of be the first video that pops up. Our links are in there. I might put them in the description if I have time. Make sure to go on those things because Instagram and Twitter were more kind of like instant breaking news because obviously we can't make a video every single second. It takes too much out of our time and we got other things going on. And the TikTok is just kind of something that we mess around on just to have fun. If you guys are coming from the TikTok though, thank you for the great support for the past 2 days. We got like over 10K likes in the past couple days. So I got to say I'm pretty proud of that. I don't know how many subscribers are sitting on YouTube, but again, thank you guys for the continuous support. And also, if you are coming from there, thank you. And other than that, I think we're ready to get this final mock draft of the year.
I agree. This is a very deep draft class. So there's a lot that could go wrong here if we don't, if we don't get it right, we're dumb. So don't come at us.
We're very young and we're just trying to have a great time here. Also, the reason why we aren't doing like 2 to 3 mock drafts is nobody played college football last year. A bunch of people sat out. A bunch of teams didn't get to play true games. It was just a whole mess last year. I personally didn't. I only watched my Buckeyes and how they crapped on everyone. Don't talk about the national championship. I understand that.
Yeah, no.
But just continue on that. We're just gonna keep doing the first round. This is our last time doing the first round. Then next year we'll hopefully get some more because hopefully at that time college football and everything is back to normal. I'm praying to God that it will be. We can go to games, do all that type of stuff. I think we should just get underway. You want me to take the odds and you can take the evens this time?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, obviously here with the first pick, Swell's going. No, I'm joking. Trevor Lawrence will be the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Plenty of things that can be said here. I think they're already constructing the contract. They've had the been since they lost against Ohio State, or just since like 2 years ago. Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, absolutely. They've already kind of formed a Trevor Lawrence has already kind of formed a relationship with the Jaguars fan base. He actually, I don't remember if he just got married or if he just got engaged, but the fan base has already been sending him money and gifts and stuff in celebration of the wedding. And so they've already kind of, accepted him as their QB. Lawrence has accepted them as their fan base. So I think they're all in. And I think you're right. Trevor Lawrence is going first in the 2021 draft.
Yeah, for sure. We'll pick 2 since you do have the evens. Who are the Jets?
The Jets, man, the New York Jets, absolute contender, I must say. Yeah. They will be taking Zach Wilson out of BYU. His pro days have been looking absolutely insane. Not to mention, the Jets also got rid of their starting QB, so it's kind of obvious. They're taking a quarterback here. Zach Wilson looks great. I think is the obvious choice.
All right, yeah, for sure. I've picked 3 here with the Niners, and like I've said before to you, I don't think I said it on a video. I think what the Niners are trying to do, Kyle Shanahan's scaring the Jets in picking to Mac Jones, because like I said, he's spent so much time hyping this guy up. And former defensive coordinator for the Niners, Robert Saleh, Dearborn, Michigan native. He's the Jets' new head coach. And what I think he's going to try to do is follow the ways of Kyle Shanahan and the way he runs football teams. Because I don't know about you, but Shanahan just made a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. He's a good coach. I think they're going to scare him to pick Mac Jones here, which I don't think will happen. Zach Wilson's the guy for the New York Jets. And for pick 3, I think the guy for the 49ers, there's a reason why they traded up here. They're going with Justin Fields, quarterback of Ohio State. Duo between him and George Kittle, I think it's going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think with Jimmy Garoppolo, he's been on a winning team. He went to a Super Bowl. He learned under Tom Brady, so I think he's a great option for Justin Fields to learn under. I think I think Justin Fields is going to be a San Francisco 49er.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be the one good quarterback coming out of Ohio State.
Yikes.
Pick 4 here. You have the Atlanta Falcons.
I think they're going to stick with Matt Ryan for now, at least for the time being. So I think they're going to go with Kyle Pitts. They need another tight end with Hunter Henry, and that receiving core is going to be absolutely insane. They got Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, Hunter Henry, and now drafting Kyle Pitts. That offense is going to be humming. Or Hayden Hurst, my bad. Yeah, I think that offense is going to be absolutely humming. If the defense can keep up, they could be contenders.
Yeah, for sure. I think that team with Matt Ryan for the remaining years on his contract, he's getting paid a crap load of money. I think they should go quarterback here if the Niners didn't trade up, but clearly that's not going to happen. Pick 5 here. Sewell is sitting here, and that's who the guy they're going to pick. They're not picking Jamar Chase. I would love to see Joe Burrow throw for 5,000 yards and Jamar Chase catch 1,500 for him and 10, 12 touchdowns, but they need to protect him. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys were following Instagram, you'd see the Bengals New Jersey review, but if you zoom in at Burrow's knee, there's just a huge surgery line right there, a scar. And if you don't draft an offensive lineman here, there's going to be the same scar on the other knee. You need to protect Burrow. I loved him. He's the greatest quarterback prospect we've ever seen come out of college. You look at the stats that he put up in LSU. It's absolutely insane. He won a national championship with them, but they got to go with O-lineman here. You can pick a wide receiver later in the draft. You just need to protect him, man. I think he knows. I think he understands if he can just stay protected for the next year or two, and they can just beef up on wide receivers in free agency. They can beef up in the draft. He'll be okay with it because he'll be a contender in a couple of years. He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think as much as we would all like to see Burrow slinging the rock to Jamar Chase, I think he's not going to get the chance if he doesn't have protection. So I think Penei Sewell is the right choice. I think they need to protect Burrow. With the 6th pick in the draft, the Miami Dolphins are going to scoop up Jamar Chase because the Bengals didn't capitalize. I think Tua needs weapons because, Tua needs something to bail him out because he's not good. But Jamar Chase is the best chance at someone to bail him out. So we'll see if Dolphins can return to 10-6 status. Probably not. I think Fitzpatrick was the main reason they got that far, but we'll see. Maybe Tua makes big leaps this year.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry. Usually go to bed around now because school. But I can definitely see them picking up Jamar Chase. Will Fuller and Jamar Chase are going to be a deadly duo on the offense. With Mike Gesicki, a top 10 tight end, and then you have Devontae Parker, who's just he's there. I think the Dolphins are going to do average next year. They don't really have a defense. They have an offense, but like you said, Tua is not good. I'm sorry for people to hear that. He's just not good. Yeah, he could probably develop in a couple of years under one of the better coaches in the league, Brian Flores. I think that definitely could be an option, but right now, Dolphins are not going to be contenders. They were last year. They had a solid year last year. Mm-hmm. They were just playing well, but they didn't capitalize and couldn't get in the playoffs. Pick here 7. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm a Lions fan, and I want them to pick up a guy, but they're going to trade back and get said guy. Patriots are going to trade up and get a quarterback right here. They're going to get the guy that they want, and I think, hold on. Let me just do this really quick. Patriots are going to get up and get a quarterback just because these two teams right here, Panthers and Broncos, are obviously two teams that need a quarterback. The Broncos more than the Panthers because Panthers got Sam Darnold. But the Lions need more draft capital. They just got a new GM, new head coach. It's a new regime in Detroit. They keep saying not rebuild, and I can agree with them. And like Jared Goff said the other week, if you put so much hard work into something, it can happen. You don't need the best players, but if they can put the hard work in and truly play for you, it can push to success. And I'll touch up on the guy that I think that the Lions are picking up there at 15. Right now, I have the Patriots. They're picking up Mac Jones. They're getting a pocket passer quarterback of just like Tom Brady. Yes, I don't think he's the best. I said that he's the best quarterback in the draft. More that I've watched film and seen more on him, I don't think he is. I think Justin Fields is. But with the way that Mac Jones plays and the coach that he's coming from, if he's going from Nick Saban to Bill Belichick, the greatest head coach in NFL history, and you're going to a team like him, there's no reason why Mac Jones can't succeed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I personally am under the impression that Mac Jones has a chance to just be another Alabama quarterback. However, with all the evidence you just gave, you've kind of, convinced me a little. He is very Tom Brady-esque. Nick Saban is very Bill Belichick-esque. So I think it could work out very well.
You have pick 8 with the Carolina Panthers. Who are they picking up here at pick 8?
Who are they picking up? Well, that offensive line is dreadful. Poor old Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater was just scrambling for his life all year last year. They need to pick up Rashawn Slater. There's no other option here. They need to fix up that O-line just direly.
Yeah, for sure. Christian McCaffrey needs help. DJ Moore needs to get the ball thrown to him, and then Sam Darnold needs protection as he is injury prone. Mm-hmm. But then again, you can also say that look at the team that he's on. You had Adam Gase that had
yeah, absolutely.
There's no offensive line there. There's no wide receivers there. And I think that team will make a very good push to be better this year. They're definitely going to be in contention for the NFC South in a couple of years because you have Sam Darnold, who I think him and Robbie Anderson already have a connection. Mm-hmm. And you could see that in New York. That was great. Then you're adding a top 10 wide receiver, DJ Moore, plus a top 3 running back in Christian McCaffrey. All you got to do is get a bit of offensive lineman help, and it's just going to be like the Patriots. I don't care how bad your defense is, their defense is all right. Don't care how bad your defense is. If your offense is putting up 45, 50 points a week, you're not losing.
Yep.
I've picked 9 here. This is self-explanatory. I told you that they needed a quarterback, and they're going to go with the quarterback of Trey Lance. I think this is going to be their first great quarterback coming out of the draft not another draft, but just quarterback since Peyton
Manning. Don't do my man Drew Lock like that. Come on.
Lock was a great prospect coming out of Missouri, but he was just bad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, they definitely need to pick up Lance here if he falls this far.
Yeah, last year, I had the Broncos as my dark horse team to go to the playoffs. I had loved the Broncos. The Broncos were a solid team coming out of the offseason, and if Drew Lock produced, they would have been there. But as you can see, he did not produce because they're sitting here at pick 9. Pick 10 with the Cowboys. That's yours.
This defense is lackluster. They're not terrible, but they did lose Xavier Woods in the offseason. I think they need something to help their offense out. So I think they definitely need a corner. So I think they're going to pick up Patrick Surtain. Some would argue maybe JC Horn. However, I think Patrick Surtain is more star ready coming from a team like Alabama. JC Horn, maybe not, ready for the grand stage of NFL coming from a smaller school. Not small, but not nearly the luster of Alabama like South Carolina. But yeah, so I think Patrick Surtain is absolutely the corner that they need to pick up here.
All right, yeah, for sure. They need something to help out that defense. The secondary is just – I think we can all agree the secondary is just not good. Pick 11 here with the Giants. They're going with Jalen Waddle. They don't really need a linebacker. They don't really need a corner. I mean, they do need a linebacker, but they're not picking up Mike Parsons. I just don't see him going to the Giants. I can see these guys like Christian Barmore, but didn't they just re-sign Leonard Williams to like a big deal that they're screwed in cap space in the future? They're going to get another wide receiver for Daniel Jones. There's no reason why Daniel Jones cannot succeed. He has Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Rudolph, and Evan Ingram. Those are all insanely great targets. And plus you have Saquon Barkley in the backfield. There is no point why you cannot succeed there. I can see them going Christian Darsaw here to help out the offensive line because that's horrendous, but they just need stuff for – I don't see them picking an offensive line here. I think they're picking up a wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Daniel Jones doesn't succeed this year, I think he's done. They have all the weapons he could ever need. If he doesn't do well this year, then he's never going to do well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then at that point, they're probably going to pick up a quarterback next year. And you want to check who's like a quarterback free agent next year?
QB free agents.
That'll probably be 2022, yeah.
Yep.
Jesus, we're in 2022. It felt like we were in like
Ben Roethlisberger, Taysom Hill, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andy Dalton. As of right now, not too many good-looking ones. But, maybe they pick someone up in the draft. Who knows?
Because they could trade like Sterling Shepard or Kyle Rudolph or they could trade somebody too to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
whoever's in the market next year. Ryan Fitzpatrick's not a bad quarterback. I don't care what anybody says.
There are some smaller names like Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston. I could see them.
Winston's a small name. Stop talking to me like that.
He's a backup. He's a backup.
Throwing for over 30 touchdowns in 1 year. I don't care what you say. If you with the picks, he's a daredevil. But on to pick 12, you got the Eagles here, who have a similar quarterback style with Jalen Hurts and.
Yeah. They I could definitely see them picking up Devontae Smith because, you know, they've butchered every chance at getting an elite receiver they've ever had. They had a chance at Justin Jefferson. They took Jalen Reagor. So I think they could take Devontae Smith. However, I do think they're going to take J.C. Horn. That defense, oh my gosh, that secondary is just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I will say Jalen Hurts does need weapons. They lost Deshaun Jackson. Who was the other receiver they lost this offseason?
They lost Nelson Aguilar last season.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what wide receiver they
lost. They lost another one. But yeah, so they could take Devontae Smith. They probably should take Devontae Smith. But I think they'll take J.C. Horn because they're the Eagles.
Yeah, it's the Eagles. They will never take a good wide receiver. I don't care what anybody says.
It also sets up my boy Herbie.
Speaking about pick 13, okay, J.C. Horn or Devontae Smith, whoever is sitting there at 13, that's who's going to the Chargers.
Yep.
They can use quarter, they can use wide receiver, but they're going to go with Devontae Smith. And I cannot see any reason why anybody can say the Chargers are not going to do outstanding next year. They will have Keenan Allen, Devontae Smith, Austin Eckler, and Justin Herbert on the offense. They just picked up Corey Linsley at the center. That offensive line is good. There's no reason why that team cannot succeed next year. They're going to, my opinion, they're going to be in the top of the AFC.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think they can make a push to potentially winning the AFC West and maybe even the entire conference. I think Justin Herbert is going to make even bigger strides than he did last year, which is saying a lot. I think, the Chargers, with Devontae Smith, Herbert is probably he could win MVP.
Yeah. I think he's going to have an MVP season. If you guys would check out the way too early AFC predictions, you guys would know that. Make sure to subscribe to watch that. Try not to plug as much. I'm not subscriber greedy, but do it. And then 14, you got the Vikings.
Yeah, with the Vikings, they need something on that defense, linebacker, edge rusher. I think an edge rusher is maybe a little more important. So with that in mind, I think they're going to take Azeez Ojulari. Georgia, with a little bit kind of a comeback season, they started out a little bit rough, and then they made almost a playoff push last year. So I think Ojulari is a big name in the edge division, so I think they could definitely take him and succeed with him.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there's going to be a couple defensive guys going here in the next 5 picks. Speaking about defensive edge rushers and how important that is in the NFL, Lions are going with Mike Parsons. They traded back to pick 15 to technically get him because I don't see him going. I can see him going to like someone like the Broncos or maybe even the Giants, but they need other type of positions. Parsons, like I was mentioning earlier, is a guy who's going to go out there and do it for you. I don't know if any of you guys got the chance to watch him at Penn State before he opted out, but I did because I'm a Big Ten type of fan, and he balled out. His NFL comparison is Ray Lewis, in my opinion. The guy's an absolute beast. Yes, the off-field troubles have just been everywhere, but guys, he was a sophomore in high school. I know you can say they can still carry and they're still there. They just got put under the rug since he was in college. But, bro, he was a sophomore. You're perfectly fine with picking Penn State linebacker Micah Parsons here. I think he's going to be a great addition to Detroit's defense. You could go Christian Barmore because I think he's the only defensive tackle out of this draft that's going to be NFL ready. I cannot name you another defensive tackle that is good. Well, I take that back. A couple guys at Ohio State are decent. Like I said, I haven't watched much of college football other than Ohio State and obviously these top type of guys. But like I said, no defensive lineman I can see. They got a great defensive line. Their corners can develop. What I would really like to see the Lions do is pick up a guy like Richard Sherman to mentor Monty Arway and
no, absolutely.
That would be good. They did get Quentin Dunbar. We're not going to talk about his situation with robbing people. We don't care about that. He's on the Lions. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, no, you're just sweeping under the rug. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, with pick 16, you have the Cardinals.
So the Cardinals, they're in need of a cornerback. However, a little hidden need they have, all right? Their starting running back right now is James Conner, all right? James Conner's not good. He hasn't been. I love his story. I'm super great, or I'm super happy that he, overcame cancer and everything. That's absolutely wonderful. A comeback story doesn't make you a good running back. Alex Smith proved that a comeback story doesn't make you a good quarterback. So I think they sacrifice a chance at a decent quarterback like Greg Newsome, and I think they take Najee Harris at the running back position. If you can give Kyler Murray someone to just hand the ball off to, I think that offense, they choked last year. They were 6-2, 6-3, and then ended up going 8-8. They were a playoff team until Kyler Murray said, I'm done. So I think they can make a playoff push this year if they get some, extra little backfield help for Kyler Murray.
Wow. I think they probably could have picked both those guys in the second rounder. I mean, maybe go look at running back. You have all these guys, and especially in like the third or fourth round, you can pick Trey Sermon. He's a beast out of Ohio State. Made the record for Big Ten championship. But Najee Harris going here, I personally can't see it, but it could happen. It's nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Pick 17, Rangers are going with quarterback Greg Newsome out of Northwestern. They need everything. When I say everything, I literally mean everything. They gave their offensive line away for a bag of chips and a cup of applesauce. That's the only thing that they gave their offensive line away for. They have nobody on defense. After trading Khalil Mack, getting all those picks from the Bears, you got nothing. Mm-hmm. What did you do? How could you fumble the bag so hard? Like, what do you mean? They're picking up Greg Newsome. I think he's the best player out of these guys to fit with the Raiders. They have no corner help. Like I said, I don't see them doing anything. But any thoughts on that team?
No, I think the Raiders, they had a very similar season last season that they did the year before, where they started out like 6-3, 6-4, then ended up just kind of wasting away the rest of the season. I think, the defense is a big problem. Derek Carr is a decent quarterback. They've got some big names on that offense. Nelson Aguilar, Josh Jacobs. I think the defense is a big problem. And so picking up Greg Newsome at corner is definitely a good choice for him. And then at pick 18 with the Dolphins, there's a chance they could pick up another wide receiver for Tua. I don't think they need to. I think they need to fix that offensive line. I think they take Christian Darrisaw here. I think that, get Tua some more protection. Maybe he won't throw 3 interceptions in a game anymore. That's just my thought process. What about you?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think you either go with him or a linebacker after losing Kyle Van Noy, which, in my opinion, I think that was the Patriots' plan the whole time. They let go of Kyle Van Noy off of a huge contract, let him go get his paycheck in Miami, and then I think he just played bad, just in general to play bad. And now he's back on New England, and I think that was a great move by New England. But I think they can go offensive tackle. They can go anybody here. Off of any of these guys, probably the Samuel Cosme. They can go anybody here. But speaking about anybody, the Washington football team who will, I think, are releasing their new name next season. They're kind of at a standpoint right here. I want them to go with Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota, but they just got Curtis Samuel. And as an Ohio State fan watching a couple of games, I didn't truly get to watch them play. But Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel, just from highlights and a couple of things I've seen, were a duo to watch. And with Ryan Fitzpatrick or Taylor Heineke throwing them the football, that's going to be something. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to go with O-lineman here. I think they're going to go with Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. I don't think there's anybody around here that you can beast up. Their defensive side of the ball is absolutely dangerous. With Chase Young being a young captain, I don't know if you've seen him last year. Man looked like he's been playing in the NFL for 10 years. Yeah. That's how much of an impact I think he had on that football team. He was just a captain. He was there for everybody. In the playoff game, he literally ran across the whole sideline just to hold up Taylor Heineke's jersey and just start pointing at it. Come on, that's a guy you want. I think they go offensive lineman here. Don't they have Brandon Sheriff? I don't know who they have at center, but they have a couple good guys in the offensive line, and just protecting whoever is going to be playing quarterback is, I think, their number one priority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For the record, I would like to say I think they should stick with football team forever. I think it's a meme, and I think it's wonderful.
And they go with it too. That's the thing, is the football team knows it's a meme, and they're making fun of it.
Exactly. I remember they beat the Cowboys I think it was on Thanksgiving Day, and they literally tweeted, they said, y'all got beat by a team with no name. And they go with the fan base so well. They're just, they're great. But with pick 20 from the Bears, they need a quarterback. Nick Foles, I don't think is going to cut it. They got rid of Mitch Trubisky. He's on his way to Buffalo. So I think they take Kyle Trask. He's looking good. He is, nowhere near the caliber of someone like Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson, but Kyle Trask is a very good quarterback. Maybe a little early, but I'm for him. Early. I think Kyle Trask. I don't think
this guy follows till day 3. This
No. They need. Here's the thing. All right. I, along with you, did not watch a lot of college football this year. So with that, I've never heard of Kellen Mond in my life. Okay? I have heard of Kyle Trask. I've also heard of Sam Ellinger, but he's not good.
When you're watching this, Kyle Trask, you're going to click off this video, and I 100% agree with you. This is not my pick, who the Bears are picking up here.
Also, they're the Bears, okay? They're the Bears.
I understand they're the Bears. But when you go look at all, you have Rashad Bateman here. You have Kwity Paye, you have Christian Barmore. Even Nick a running back would even
is not the guy. Nick Foles is not the guy.
Okay. Kyle Trask, I guess, is going to the Bears.
Kyle Trask is the man. Yes.
The Colts are adding to their defensive line with Christian Barmore. I don't know how he could drop this far. The Colts are going to have a deadly defense next year, especially offense. I think you can't talk about offense. I don't think I can trust you anymore with talking about offense if you're picking Kyle Trask in the top 20. Their offense is going to be great with you have T.Y. Hilton, Jonathan Taylor. He's going to ball out next year. But your Titans are here. I know you're biased about them. I'm biased about them.
I think no. As a Titans fan, I fear the Colts. They look great. Carson Wentz is reuniting with Frank Wright, and I think adding Christian Barmore is terrifying. I'm scared. I'm scared of the Colts. I'm not afraid to say.
I'm going to tell you right now. There's 3 guys that can go to the Titans. There's 1 right pick, and I'm not a Titans fan. This is a 1 out of 3 answer that you can.
Okay. As a Titans fan, I'm well aware of the fact our offense is set. We don't need to worry about that. Our defense was last in the league last year. Terrible. Worst third down defense, worst pass rush. Just we had the lowest amount of sacks, I think, in the past 5 years. Just we couldn't get to the quarterback. However, we picked up some guys in the offseason. We picked up Bud Dupree. So I think our main focus right now is corner. Okay? I think we need a corner. We lost to Dory Jackson to the Giants in the offseason. So with that in mind, Caleb Farley. We need a corner. Okay?
This man has went through 2 ACL surgeries in the past 10 months.
I don't watch college football. I saw the top list. I saw the top name on the quarterback list. We need a cornerback. Okay? We need a cornerback.
I'd go Rashad Bateman because you just lost Corey Davis, but like I said,
we lost Corey Davis, but we got Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds is not Corey Davis, and he is.
Oh, absolutely not.
Rashad Bateman, and he is for sure not Kadarius Toney.
With Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, anyone can be a freaking Corey Davis.
Okay, guys, listen. Like I said, click off the video if you need to. I guess Caleb Farley is going to be a Titan. I'm with the Jets here. Like I said, the addition of Corey Davis is huge for them. They don't need this guy. Rashad Bateman, I love the guy in Minnesota. He had a beast of a year. They're going to go with edge rusher Kwity Paye out of Michigan. I hate to say Michigan, but he's going to be going down as the best edge rusher out of this class. People have so much hate on him for no apparent reason. It was not his fault that Michigan sucks. It's their head coach that sucks. Also, speaking about Michigan, today I learned a fact. Michigan broke a record today. You want to know what that record was?
What record?
The most players in the transfer portal. They had 20. They had 20 this year in the transfer portal.
Oh, what a guy. Or Michigan's just, they're built different. They sending out people everywhere, I guess.
Sure. Pick 24, you got the Steelers here.
24, they need a center. I forget that I'm blanking on his name right now. The guy that Ben Roethlisberger was crying about because he's gone. What was his name?
Pouncey? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, Pouncey.
Yes, it was Pouncey. They need a center out of Oklahoma, Creed Humphrey. Solid center. Very, very solid.
I think Creed Humphrey can go here or Landon Dickerson too.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Landon Dickerson. But yeah, I definitely center. Creed Humphrey, Landon Dickerson, center, really. I feel like okay, this is going to sound really football dumb, okay? I feel like you can only be so bad as a center. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I think you can be great as a center, but I feel like it's really hard to just make an egregious pick at something like center.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Pick 25 here. I think there's only one logical answer. They're going with Zaven Collins out of Tulsa. The Jaguars are going to need help on the defensive side of the ball. They just got their all-time franchise quarterback, but they're going to go defense here at this pick. You have a couple of good wide receivers. Adding Marvin Jones is huge, especially as a former Lion, Jamal Agnew too. He's a great punt returner. He can catch the football and he can run. That's the most important thing. He can run. You have DJ Chark, and then I think there's one more guy. You have James Robinson. You can go
D.D. Westbrook.
What'd you say?
D.D. Westbrook.
There you go. D.D. Westbrook and DJ Chark. That wide receiver, it's insane. And I want them to pick tight end here, but nobody's going with this guy. I'd like to call him Pat Frankenmuth just because it's a city in Detroit, but it's obviously not. Last name Frankenmuth. They're not going with tight end here at pick 25, but they're going to go Zaven Collins.
Yeah, I think if they can seal up that defense, then I mean, I don't know if I could see the Jags being contenders or even really a playoff push, but they could easily go from 1-15 to maybe like 6-11. Yeah. For the Browns, they need an edge rusher. At least they did. However, they picked up Jadeveon Clowney. Or did they finalize that yet? I don't think I noticed.
They don't need a defensive guy in the ball. Their defense is
right.
Absolutely insane.
Their defense, yeah. Myles Garrett, yeah. I think I don't know. This is going to be controversial. Odell Beckham Jr. is not what he once was. He's kind of washed. Okay. Don't get me wrong. He's still he's a very good wide receiver, but I think you've got Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., and you've got Austin Hooper at tight end. I think you need a third, just like a nice slot receiver or something.
Yeah.
I think you pick up Bateman. I think it'll be a good hands for Baker to throw to. So I think I think it's a good pickup for him.
All right, and guys, I'm sorry for the lag. You kind of are lagging. It's not that big of a deal, though. I could understand.
Oh, my bad.
That you're going with Rashad Bateman. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. We've been lagging all night. We actually tried recording a video before this, and it just didn't work. Well, I picked 27 here with the Ravens, and they're going to go. It's going to be a back-to-back wide receiver here. I've said in past mock drafts. Oh, I don't know if I said this, but I've said this to you guys. I speak so highly of Kadarius Toney. I think he's going here to the Ravens. They need another wide receiver. Sammy Watkins is not going to cut it. I think he's a great wide receiver, but he played with Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes is the top 2 quarterback in the league, and if you're getting the ball thrown by him, you're gonna succeed. I think Hollywood Brown is just not good. I think he's a solid wide receiver, but he's just not a wide receiver one. He's not a wide receiver. If you can go with a guy with Kadarius Toney, I think he was overshadowed by Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. Kyle Pitts. I think he was overshadowed by Kyle Pitts, just because you've seen the stats that Kyle Pitts put up. Kadarius Toney is going to be a Baltimore Raven. I think that they're logical when they go
there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they could draft. They definitely need a receiver to help out Lamar, but yeah. For the Saints, they lost Janoris Jenkins in the offseason. So I think they need to pick another corner. I think they're going to take Ifeatu Melifonwu from Syracuse. He's very solid corner. He's one of the few highlight reels that I did watch in preparation for this video. But yeah, I think he's a very solid corner. And with an AFC or with an NFC South division like that, and just a bunch of freaking rock throwers like Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, I think they're going to need to strengthen that defense quite a bit.
I mean, yeah, I think they go with linebacker after losing Alex Alonso to the Lions. I think they go with Jeremiah, but I obviously not here. They won't. Corner, I think he's a day 2 pick. I think they can go off the line here. Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State, Samuel Cosme out of Texas. You can go with even Alex Leatherwood here. But I mean, at the end of this part of the draft, there's so much names that can be thrown up. I don't see anywhere else going with anything. Pick 29, they do need a wide receiver. I think they should pick Terrence Marshall, but it is the Packers. They will not be doing that. They just lost their best center. And what's his face? Corey Linsley. I don't think they're gonna. They might pick up Landon Dickerson here. I can for sure see that. They're not gonna pick up a tackle. They have Bakatari. There you go. I don't know what I'm thinking, but you know what? I'm going to say this. They're going to go Landon Dickerson here. I think before he got injured, he was the best offensive lineman in this draft. He's an absolute unit on the field. He was a unit on the field for Alabama, and I think he's going to the Packers. You have 30 with the Buffalo Bills, who is my second favorite team. There is a correct answer here. There is a correct answer.
Oh, no. Now you're stressing me out. Their offense is solid. They don't need to really worry about that. They need they need something on defense, preferably, I think, an edge rusher. They're pretty set on corner. I think it's something, an edge rusher or linebacker, something like that. I don't think Jeremiah, I can't pronounce his last name. I don't think he should have fallen this far. No. Here's the thing. I don't think they should go with an edge rusher. I think they should go with a linebacker, and I think it should be Jeremiah. I can't pronounce his name, because I think the Vikings could have taken him, or maybe even the Lions could have taken him. So I think seeing him fall this far is it's not shocking or anything, but I think the Bills could capitalize and take him at linebacker.
Yeah, I think they either go linebacker or edge rusher. I mean, personally, if I was picking here, I'd probably pick Gregory Rosuia out of Miami, or you have a couple guys here. Even at defense tackle, you can go these guys. If Christian Barmore falls this far, he's going to the Bills. I think they do need wide receiver, but like I've said countless times, this class is stacked with wide receivers. I mean, look at this list. You even after the first round, you still get a beast here. I can agree with you on that pick. Pick 31, the Ravens here again. Guess what? They just traded with the Chiefs the other day because Orlando Brown is headed to the Chiefs. The Chiefs need more offensive linemen. That's exactly what they traded for. Chiefs gave with this first round pick. And guess what? After losing an offensive tackle, you're going to need said offensive tackle. Samuel Cosme out of Texas is going to be a Baltimore Raven.
I think you're absolutely right. They need, Lamar's going to do Lamar, then he needs to get some good blocking to run, because that's what Lamar does. Anyways, with the final pick in round 1 of the NFL 2021 draft, the Bucs were very, very easily apparently able to keep the band back together. They might be going back to back. I think the only person that they really lost was I don't remember his name, but it was an offensive lineman. So as you said last time, I think you lose an offensive line, you gain an offensive line. I think they can continue from OSU. I think he's Jenkins, right? Tevin Jenkins. Okay. I think what is it saying here?
Oh no, it was just like yeah.
I think the Bucs really this draft they could draft. They literally could just forfeit their draft picks and they would still make it bowl again. They are absolute. Gosh, what a team. Anyways, but yeah.
All right, yeah, that concludes our final mock draft of the 2021 year. We'll be uploading more next year. I think we're probably going to upload about 2 for the NBA draft. Hopefully, I think me and Brendan are for sure going to hopefully do that. Probably not the baseball. I mean, I do like baseball, so does Labney, but we're not probably going to touch any of that, or hockey either. But we'll for sure send some videos up on the line. We have a great couple of ideas the next upcoming weeks. I hope you guys will fully enjoy that. We're going to touch a bit of baseball upcoming here. Yes, sir. Basketball, too, because the playoffs are coming up. And then maybe a bit of hockey, but that's still up in question. Other than that, if you are still watching after some of your horrendous picks, thank you guys for tuning in. If you do, it'd be mean a lot to us if you go follow the social medias. Thank you guys again for the continued support here on YouTube and the social medias. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Oh wait,
Yeah, no,
I do have one more thing. Please tune in to the mock draft, not mock draft, the actual draft, which you guys will be seeing this. It'd be tomorrow. I think the draft starts at 8, but I think we're gonna have coverage around 7:30. About 30 minutes earlier. We're just gonna kind of get on here and just chat it up about about picks. Yes, I will be wearing every single Lions gear I possibly own. Don't be ashamed. I'm not ashamed about that.
As will I with my Titans. So yeah,
it's a great night. But
be there.
It's
gonna be a party. It'll be fun.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Locker Room Media. Can't wait to see you guys soon. And yeah, for sure, have a good time. Not have a good time. Have a great night, a great day, whatever you guys are doing. See you guys.